Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another week of To Be Hero X. This week we got episode 3, everybody. So, last time on To Be Hero X, we got to learn a lot more about our hero Moon, everybody. She started off as a travel blog influence turned hero, and then through her contract with the Treatment Group, she ended up in meeting Nice, and then through that whole situation, the Believers inadvertently turned her powers to a different little system. So all her portals that I'm assuming started leading to, anywhere she visited or anywhere she wanted, all her portals started leading to Nice. But thankfully, our friend Ling Ling is a nice guy, so he came up with a plan with Moon to, set her free, right? So they convoluted a plan, and it was to fake her death, and it succeeded. So now our girl Moon gets to travel the world doing whatever she wants to do. Also, in that same episode, we got to learn that our boy Lin Ling has ambitions to become one of the top 10 heroes, as well as we got the introduction of a new villain, the God Eye. So, thoughts, McMillian?
I'm interested to see where this new villain takes us, considering that this new villain was once god dang, I can't remember his
The Enlightener.
Hero name, the Enlightener. All right, and now was contacted by some entity that made him a villain.
Yes, this entity could be fear itself. It could be, just another villain wielding, the power of fear, just trying to get other villains, to use the power of fear. Maybe he can go stronger that way. Who knows what this guy is right now? It's a complete mystery. But I do know one thing: the God Eye is a dope ass name.
Yes, it is a great name for a villain. Let's hope he lives up to it, I guess. I'm wondering if we'll get anything from that character this episode, or if we'll just continue and then they'll pop up later.
That'll be,
because they could be laying the groundwork.
Interesting. Yeah, they could just be laying the groundwork. I wouldn't be surprised if we did not see him this episode. It could be something we get to see later on. But I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't, or upset if we did not see more of the God Eye this episode. But all right, everybody, let's go ahead and get into it. Everybody, once again, To Be Hero X episode 3. The Ever Standing Hero. Everybody, let's get into it.
Okay, I was about to say we building bombs.
We building bombs. That we are building a lot of bombs.
Not bombs.
Your target is Firm Man, his position. You're going to beat Wolf Girl so you can take his rank.
Firm Man? Okay. Yeah, 34 after commission. When it's after commission. Okay, look at him.
Honestly,
All right.
all I could think was stand firm for that little girl's sake.
The news outlets ate that incident up, and his trust value skyrocketed.
I hate this show so much.
Shand even stepped down from entity management to contact Firm Man and help him flesh out his hero persona.
The center has already resulted in several casualties. Esol and
He's a
several others
speedster,
have
though?
been dispatched, but no
Interesting.
one can keep up.
None of you fools can touch me!
He just killed the guy. Why are we just
Could I get another
why are we just offing people in this show?
After he made the top 10, he was given an even more important mission: to help move the world's largest boulder.
Oh,
But why?
is that important?
Yeah.
The association had a sculpture of him made out of the same stone. It now sits at the
Okay.
top of Hero Avenue, symbol of
Okay.
the will
All
of our
right.
hero.
All right. It's a little bit of a flex, but all right.
The people, time, or place.
A little. They hired him to move this thing. That's a lot.
Must bear more respect and to always stand firm.
Hey, they sauced him up though.
Today's only surprise.
I'll say kitty say.
That red scarf became part of Firm Man's image and helped make him an icon.
He looked like a real sturdy guy. We can start with maybe try and go for number 9 spot. I don't know.
Please, you can't both be X. There's nothing you need to feel guilty for. Idea in the hearts of the people. Give it food and love, and it grows like a weed. Then it blooms into dogma. Fiction soon becomes fact. She's spinning a fairy tale, one that twists the image of our brave firm man. This is what she wants to plant in people's hearts. A seed of evil.
Interesting.
This
Yeah, because the
underground lair
powers
is
are
where she
based off the
prints her
believers. So
disparaging stories.
interesting.
She cast herself as the big bad wolf in the hero's tale.
Interesting. I like that. So her plan is to get the believers to believe that he's actually an evil person and turn him. That's interesting.
Legitimately, they show us perception is everything.
Firm man represents the Hero Association. If trust in him decreases, so will trust in us all.
But he's only the
This needs to
10th
be
ranked
dealt with.
hero.
I'll give our favorite hero a big
At first, when they
thank you.
said firm man, I thought they was talking about some business firm or something. That was so I thought it was gonna be a business guy type of hero.
That would have been funny.
Don't worry, I'll head out. No need for an amateur with a pro like you around. Best of luck.
What you don't know is y'all probably started the same day. Oh, never mind. Now look at you, back to square one.
Can't both be X.
Something is off. Why are so many of us following the same lead? Unless
It's a trap.
a trap.
Damn.
You like it?
A wolf girl not messing around.
It's given to me by a girl about your
Not
age.
at all. I was about to have that.
Not the statue. She going for the statue. That's crazy. All right, firm man, it's time for you to stand firm. Let's see it in action. That's what we like to see.
I'll be okay.
Oh,
Hello, firm.
Let her go.
he just came up from the ground like that?
She's not messing around.
Just let the girl walk away.
You would sacrifice a living soul to protect a damn chunk of rock?
Would he sacrifice that girl to protect his statue? Wait a minute now.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that nice? She's here for
I was
you.
wondering if that was the
Tear
case.
you down.
So the wolf girl was the wolf girl the girl who gave him the scarf?
That's what I'm thinking.
To reveal the real you. The man who walked through fire for her. The
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
she thanked. With that red scarf.
But that wasn't hard to figure out. That's crazy.
Couldn't be. Was you?
It's not you she hates. Or the statue. It's the burden that it creates.
I can't get lower. Sorry. But thank you. Let me help.
No, so can he not bend down or something? Because he's supposed to be standing firm, or is it just
I think
he actually
so.
messed up his back?
Hold up.
It could be both, right?
What the hell is
Yeah.
that?
Like it could be a negative side effect of the belief.
That's firm man.
Someone should stand for you, who you really are.
You showed tremendous perseverance today. How did you manage such a feat?
Honestly, all I could think was stand firm. For that little girl's sake.
Cause that one line set him up.
Thank you.
So he's losing his powers? So this how he take his position?
Yeah. I'm just. Did the people's belief in him diminish that fast? Like
It was kind of wild.
We're streaming live from Hero Avenue. Nice has just saved Birdman from his own statue. He did it. He really did it. His trust value just flew past Birdman's. Nice is officially in the Hero Association's top
Nice's
I don't
rescue
understand
of
it yet,
Herman and
Nice.
last
I'm
week's
still a
attack
little
on
bit
the Hero
confused.
Association Mall propelled him into the top 10.
I think I get what they're trying to say. I just
Kicking me out already?
Damn,
Thought I
didn't he
had it
take
till
his
tomorrow.
room too? That's
What?
crazy.
If I'm
oh, that's
distracting
right. I
you-
forgot their rooms are based on their rank.
Yeah.
Ah,
You gotta relax, bro.
Really? Furman wants
that
to
man's
lie down?
bed was standing
Ironic, I know.
up.
But I couldn't before.
Hold on, like I don't know if they're
People
gonna show it
want me to
again.
always
Shit.
stand firm.
Okay, yeah, so he couldn't bend and stuff because of his powers. Okay. So yeah, he he always had to technically stand firm. That's
Oh.
crazy.
One big bad wolf. Two big bad wolves.
That's this. That's what I saw.
Three
That's
At
oh my
first,
god.
it was
You know, I'm kind of
the price of being
I'm
a hero.
kind of
But
understanding
eventually,
what old girl said in episode 1 now.
I get it.
Just a little bit.
I have something similar.
take care, kid. I really hope things work out. You chose to be
Hey,
here.
A
and I'm sure
common
there's a
saying.
reason. You'll be
Fuck
fine.
this man's life up so bad to the point where he had to strap himself in, standing up to fall
Sorry,
asleep.
gotta run.
He couldn't
I
use
got
the
dinner
rent. That's
plans and I
wild.
don't want to be late. Feel free to get the lay of the land.
Furman,
That's crazy.
I'm not nice.
Whoever you are, just be yourself.
It's kind of hard. Like, you can't. I don't think he can do that no more.
Greetings, dear citizens. Tonight, we'll be celebrating Nice making it into the
Well.
top 10. How, you ask? By revealing one of his secrets. Moon! First, the elephant in the room. The late Moon is alive. Just like all things Nice, her death was actually a carefully woven lie. So tonight, I'll unravel each of those lies till he's fully exposed.
That's crazy. Anywho, you might have been right with episode 2 with that whole Lin thing, was whether that was like a vision or a premonition or something. You might have been right on the right on the head with that, because now we got this whole situation with old boy God Eye, who's now returning again.
Yep.
And now he's causing trouble.
You know, I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer. It's like just an episode. I also didn't expect him to go and fuck up the whole plan they had to get Moon up out the situation. I ain't gonna lie, that man evil. That man, he didn't have to bring her back into this.
He did not have to bring her back into this. I think he still could have revealed all the nicest lies without bringing Moon back into this. But hey, it is what it is. He don't make the rules. He just enforce them.
He just said for it.
I'm done. But yeah, but no, that's crazy. It's crazy. But like we also said, last episode, we not surprised with anything that happens in 2B Hero X as far as pacing. We're moving 1,000 miles an hour, right? So I'm not
A man
surprised that
literally
the
died.
guy popped up right in the next episode.
Yes, but also to just insinuate the 1,000 miles an hour thing. A villain died by running into a wall of a man, and he
Yes.
was just like, "Oh dang, can you give me a towel? What nigga what?"
It's crazy how they just brushed off deaths in this show. But hey, I guess they ain't scared to kill people in this show. I guess there's one thing we just going to have to get used to, which is all right.
Yeah, but that also, like you said earlier, that kind of supports the thing where I might have said with this being a vision. If they this cavalier about just killing people,
Yeah.
Moon probably gone. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna.
it ain't right. It ain't looking too high for Moon. Now that you did mention it, it ain't looking too high for Moon. Which is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. But one thing I do want to talk about though is this whole situation with with Firm Guy, because I'm still a little bit confused, right? So I understand, the whole thing from Wolf Girl's perspective, right? She wanted to tear down his image to kind of just to bring him back to, the man who he used to be, basically, right? Because she didn't like the way, the public was portraying his image, the new image of Firm, right? Whatever.
Mhm.
I get that, but I guess I don't understand how that reveal of the Wolf Girl being, the girl who gave him the scarf caused the people to lose faith in him in that moment. I don't know.
I'm interested in that as well, because it's not like, for instance with Nice, right? At the end of the episode when he became rank 10.
Mhm.
That was a live stream thing that happened.
Correct.
The stuff with Wolf Girl was, as far as I know, just in the
Contained
square.
event,
Now, now granted, she, I guess, like this, from what the show was saying, like she was spreading comics that were kind of slowly transforming people's image of him anyway. But my thing is like, why would an event that only at tops it looked like 50 people might have saw changed anything? You know what I'm saying? Like changed that much about him.
Yeah.
It was if it was only that many people, and it took Nice having to live stream his thing to cross a threshold of 10. Like that just seems kind of disproportionate. You know, that's a big.
Because I'm with you there. Because at least to me, the way they portrayed it, it almost seemed like the reason why he lost his power was because of his realization, right? Because of Furman's own realization, not because of the believer's trust or anything. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I was just a little confused.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, does that also play, like, does one's perception of themselves play a part in it? Like, for it to be, I guess, all-encompassing as something like that, do you also have to believe in it in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I mean, like, with Ling Lang, for instance, they did, for a time, have him go under, like training to be nice. Like, he had to, spend some time at trying to actually, like, embody his persona.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, at some level, do you also have to believe what everyone else believes about you to, I guess, like, reach the heights that you, like, to do what you do? I'm wondering. Because it seems like
I get what
that
you're
could
saying,
be a part of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, why, if the people believe in you, you would believe in yourself too, right? To some extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
No? So,
yeah,
that could play a part in it, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that might also be a link in it, because again, like it wouldn't make sense for him to suddenly lose his abilities just because of, again, like 50 people witnessing this act, right? Like witnessing the fact that this happened. I mean, granted, I guess like the rest of the city was also affected, but then again, they don't know what exactly happened.
Yeah, they just know everything's going to hell right now.
Yeah, that would, I don't think that would affect his hero, like his powers in that regard. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe on some level, like you said, once he realized, oh shit, this is the girl I saved, I am no longer, I was never like what people are seeing me as right now. I'm not some statuesque figure. I'm just a guy that wanted to help people. Like, I wonder if, I'm assuming, I'm assuming that realization is what, like, kind of snapped him out of whatever abilities he may have had, or whatever was causing him to be Burn Man in the first place.
Yeah.
Because
and then we're also seeing another side of the whole believers and trust systems, because we saw examples of it in episode 2 with the whole the believers changing the way Moon's portals and stuff work, leading directly to Nice. Then now we got to see it in this episode where the believers, the way they made his powers and always want him to stand firm, like that literally affected this man's day-to-day life activities. Like, man couldn't even go to the restroom because of his powers and stuff like that. Can't even properly go to sleep. Like that's crazy. So now that almost get me thinking about, like a little bit like a Nice. We didn't know a lot about him, but just because his name was Nice, like, so what if the people always just seen him as a nice guy, so they kind of like forced him to always like be nice. But like Moon said, he was never really nice though. So nice. Maybe if your personality kind of doesn't want to match up with what the believers or something want, then maybe that could have also been a reason to why Nice decided to end his life, unfortunately. Because like I said,
that's what,
because the believers was basically changing his personality almost, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm thinking right now. Is like, I think the reason the original Knights may have killed themselves is because they realized, like, if this keeps going, I myself won't ever actually be able to be myself, right? There's only one, like, maybe, I hate to say it, maybe he's like, that's the thing he realized, like, oh, I can't get out of, there's only one way out of this, really.
Yeah.
And it's death. I mean, like, granted, like, even with Moon, right? They didn't kill her, but for her to actually live her life, people had to believe she was dead.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Yeah, it's almost, Fame in this story, they're using Fame like as a double-edged sword. It's an interesting take on powers for sure, and I'm definitely liking the different ways they're exploring it so far.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, it's even I think a different take on like heroes, in the sense like heroes are to us are symbols of like what we could be, almost. But it's almost in this, the way the show's almost portraying is like by us putting them on these pedestals, right? We are essentially removing the person.
Yeah.
Like the person won't exist anymore to the point like we're
making a whole new
a
whole new persona. What we envision you to be is what you're gonna be essentially. You know, you don't get to be yourself anymore.
Yeah, it's like almost like basically the belief is worsening their lives, even though like even though like the people perceive it as
they're
just
doing
kind of
great
like being a
things
fan,
and stuff,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because like now once you think about it, like because even like in Moon case, right? Who knows? Maybe she didn't even really want to be a hero, but just because of how her world works and she got so popular that she just became a hero, right? So it's kind of
it really it's honestly it's kind of crazy because if you like boil it down, and I wonder if they'll ever touch on this like in the show. If you really think about it, I can see someone going crazy because like, are my choices now even my own? Am I doing this just because people believe I would do this? Like, would I have ever done this before?
Yeah.
Like, it would be crazy. Honestly, the routes they could go with this is insane.
Yeah, 100%. But no, this was a good episode. This was a good episode. I can't remember if we was ranking these. Not ranking.
No,
rating these
I don't
episodes.
believe
I don't believe so.
I don't believe we were. We were too self-shocked by all the shit that was happening.
But normally we I don't think we have been, but normally we do rank these episodes at the end of each episode, so we're gonna start doing that this week. So rating for episode 3 of To Be Hero X. Action wise a lot didn't happen, but I think as far as world building wise, we got some good stuff. Just because like I said, we got to learn a lot more about like just how the power system works and things of that nature, just the trust system. So I do like that. I'll get at least a solid 7. I like that.
Yeah, I'm in between that, like a 6.5. Only reason like I say 6.5 is just because I think I like the show, but I will say if the pacing continues at the rate it's at, it's gonna give people whiplash. And I do think like you can step on the brakes just a bit. That's just my thing. But like it's not bad at all. That's why like I'm more close to a 7, I would say. But like yeah, that's just one thing I would say. Like give me time to digest when I'm watching.
It's definitely a little bit more, I guess you could say a little bit more modern style of pacing, if you will. But I do agree. We could slow it down just a bit, maybe.
Just a bit, right?
I'm with you there. Well, all right, everybody. That's everything that we have for this week. Please let us know down in the comments what you thought about episode 3, and we'll see you all next week for episode 4, everybody. Peace out.
Peace out.